Good morning and welcome to the instructional video for this 2017 Swift Escape 694. So we're going to have a walk around the outside first and then we'll move on inside. So starting from the driver's side, you've got your manually folding mirrors that fold in and out. They are electrically operated and that will do both mirrors from the little toggle inside. Behind the driver's door we've got your mains plug-in point. So this is what will give you power from the electrical stand on site. Your water filler point, so filling up your fresh water tank. So the blue one is the fresh water. Just use a standard food grade hose pipe. You'll see the fitting at the side. This is a 12 volt fitting that's been fitted by the previous customer to allow you to connect a external water carrier to fill up the tank without moving the vehicle. Underneath you'll see that is your drain, and again it is clearly marked as your fresh water drain. I'll show you how to do that when we come inside. This has got an electronic drain system on it. Behind that we've got the toilet cassette. Lifts out by lifting up the handle, sliding the unit out. Remove the cap to empty the belongings inside, and you've got a little vacuum button just there that allows you to release the air for a steadier flow out of it. You can only remove that out of there once the blade for the toilet is closed, and I'll show you that when we go inside. Locks just using the key. And below that we've got a nicely marked sticker letting you know where your wastewater drain is, so you'll need to line that up with the drain point when you're on site driving off. So fresh, waste, electric, toilet, all on that one side just behind the driver's door. Back of that we've got the vent for the Truma boiler, and just be careful this gets warm when it's on. Please don't put anything on it, and or hang it, use it to hang. Behind that we've got the gas compartment, so again clearly marked up. Everything's really easily clearly marked up on this vehicle. Inside there you can fit two 6 kilogram bottles. You'll see also inside there is a tyre inflation kit and the pack with all the manuals that comes with the vehicle. The regulator's just there, so when you're deciding which bottles you're going to do, generally I would recommend 6 kilograms. You'll need to get at least 2 bottles and a pigtail to connect up to the gas. You do need to be careful that pigtails are dated, so you'll need to just make sure you update this on a regular basis. To the back of the vehicle we've got the pre-mounts for bike racks. These are the steel air ones, and we've got a twin camera, reversing camera just up there. So one when you're in motion will be looking back as a rear view mirror, and then one when you go into reverse will come down to act as an aid coming back. Around to the passenger side we've got the rear locker access area. And again inside here then we've got storage. We've got the post for the middle of the awning to give extra support, and the winding handle just there for you. The doors are locked with one key, and you have 2 sets of keys with this vehicle. Stepping back a little bit, you'll see that it's fitted with a thule awning. I'll send a separate video of how to use this. Just be careful in windy conditions and heavy rain that you do put this awning away. We've got a little awning light which is turned on from the control panel inside, and the door which is manually operated again using the key that we supplied. Behind the passenger side we've got the diesel filler cap. This doesn't add AdBlue, so it is just normal diesel to fill it up. And into the passenger side you will find the bonnet release catch is just located there. The vehicle also comes with a toolkit that's located underneath the passenger seat, and just for your knowledge, the battery is underneath that compartment on the floor here. That's where the engine battery is located. To lift up the bonnet, if you should need to gain access, just go above the Swift badge, lift up the bonnet, and you'll find there's a little yellow lever. Lift that up and that will release it from its fitting. We've got your negative point, positive point underneath that little cap there. Screen wash in the corner, oil, and your dipstick. To close it, just release it down gently and that will close and allow you to drive away. So that's the outside of the vehicle done. Let's move on inside. So opening the door, just pull the handle. The door's also fitted with a fly screen, just like there. And you can lock it from inside manually by pulling the door to and pressing the little smaller button just there. Press it once to open it again. That's how you would lock it inside the vehicle. So the drain points are just above the door, so we'll just take a step back there. So just here, clearly marked again, fresh and wastewater. There are 2 position switches, so to drain it, press it down. To turn it off, you press it up, and you'll hear a little more to come when you're doing that, which is basically just driving the valve open and shut. To the side of that, you've got a thermostat, so that's what controls the heating. The main control panel is just located here. And to turn it on, you press the power button, just like so, just here. What you've got then is light buttons, so this will turn on variant lights throughout the vehicle. 1, 2, 3. Bottom button is your pump, so pump, light, light, light. On this side then, it will allow you to then go through your programming settings. So as you press the button down, it will change the setting at the bottom here. So heater settings, system settings, tells you what the system is, tells you what your leisure battery charge is, tells you what your vehicle battery charge is, tells you what's being put in through the solar panel, which fitted with the solar panel. You can select vehicle and engine batteries, depending on what you want to do. It does tell you. We always tell you to run it off the vehicle battery, off the leisure battery, not the vehicle. Use the vehicle as a backup emergency. Again, internal temperatures, dimmer levels, heating settings. Yeah. Now this has got the full instructions in the vehicle, so it would be probably wise for you to read the instructions. You'll also see there's a power socket here to tell you that you're plugged in, and a time if you wanted to set the timer on there. So that is your main control panel. To the left hand side of that, we've got your heater controls. So you turn it on by pressing the button. Press it again, and you'll see it will then go to the motorhome. This is the temperature, and you turn the temperature just as I'm doing by turning the dial. Choose the desired temperature, and then what I do next is go to the fuel. So we've no gas on the vehicle at the minute. Mix is gas and electric, 1 kilowatt, gas and electric, 2 kilowatt. EL1 is electric only on 1 kilowatt. EL2 is 2 kilowatt electric. So for this demonstration purpose, I'm going to go to EL1. The one before it is water. So if you don't put water in this vehicle, you can still run the heating. To do that, you must have that off. If you have water in there, then you can turn it to eco, which is sort of 40 degrees. Hot, which is 60 degrees. And then you'll see the third turn is boost. Boost will take all the power away from the hot water, from the heating, to get the hot water up to temperature as quick as possible. So it tends to be more a summer setting, or if the vehicle's already warm, you can use your boost to just get your power back up. But like I say, if you've not got water in, then please leave that off, otherwise you will damage the boiler. So again, the next setting I've told you is your fuel source, and then the final setting is the fan speed. So eco being slow, high being fast. And once you've run it for a few minutes and the fan is kicked in, you can then go and press that button again, and it will go to boost. And boost does like it does on the water, will take all the power away from the hot water to get your heating up to temperature as quick as possible. So again, you'd use this if you've not got water in your system, or if you're not using the hot water to get up to temperature but you want a quick boost, then you can do that. What you've always got to remember is that the gas is 3 times as powerful as the electric. So if you're wanting to get up to temperature as quick as possible, either use the mix if you're hooked up to mains, or gas only to get you up to temperature, and then put it back to the electric to maintain it. That would be my advice. The other advice is this control panel, before you set off and start sort of disembarking, turn it off by pressing and holding it a few seconds, and it'll set off. Now do that before you unplug it and turn off your gas. When you get to the site, turn your gas on and plug your mains in before you turn that unit on. Otherwise you'll have to go through the reset procedure to have to reset any faults. 95% of the faults on this Truma system is user error, and it tends to be because you've not plugged in your electric or turned off your gas. So little tip for you. To the side of that, we've got your carbon monoxide and smoke detectors, and down here we have got a main electrical system, and that is located underneath this bench seat. Now here you can see that you've got a charger and a heater electric option. If they're not lit up, then the heating and the hot water is not going to work. Your RCD box is just located just under there, and your main fuses are just located just under here. So any fuses that go will tell you to go to the main control panel. It's also fitted with a Swift command, which is a system that you can look into in your handbook. And there is a main master shut off. So to turn it all down if you're not using it, press that button, that turns everything off to the vehicle. So that is located just underneath the bench seat. Before I set it up as a normal lounge, you'll see that we've got the 5th seatbelt option. So your first 2 being here, forward facing, the 5th seat being rear facing, just like that. So let me remake the lounge up and I'll talk you through the lounge. So here is the lounge set up for your everyday use. The table is fully removable. So the leg just pulls out of the little fitting there and off the top. And that is located just in the back cupboard on either side, are points where you can put that. Above it, we've got plenty of storage under the cupboard. So just press the button and lift the handles up. That'll give you storage under the bed, just like so. When you're traveling, you'll hear a defined click. So just make sure that you click them in place and then the other fittings before you move away. Underneath it, you've got little light switches which turn off, and we have some light switches just here that will turn off both the main entrance light and the ambient lighting underneath the vehicle. So just have a look around the vehicle, you'll see that there are several light switches around. The boiler is located just at the back here, along with all the gas fittings. So the gas fittings are just here, so you'll see just on that back wall there, and the main boiler is located here. Now, one thing to bear in mind is just down here, you'll find that there is a little yellow toggle valve. Now, at the moment in time, it's up, so that would drain the water from the boiler. What you'll need to do is press that down so it's flat, and it doesn't matter if it's facing forward or backwards, and that will stop the water running out of the boiler. So once you've filled up your fresh water, it's advisable to just empty that out as well and set that in the position that you want to use it. So like I say, if you don't want to use the water, leave it up like so. If you do want to use the water and the hot water, put that valve down. So that is the drain valve. Any of the valves that are not in the right position, basically water will just jump straight out of the boiler. So you'll be seeing water underneath the vehicle and you'll not be getting any hot water pressure or any flow in your tap. You'll see that the actual bed lifts up, sits up on rams, just like so. To pull it down, just gently pull it down. And again, we have got an infuller that goes in the back if you want to extend the bed. Then that little cushion will just slot in just like so, and allow the bed to be a large bed should you wish it. It's a choice, depends how tall you are and whether you need that. The cupboard at the side, press the button, releases. You've got your silver screens, and I'll come to them in a bit. That shows you how they go. This is where the table sits in, just using the little turnbuckle just up there, and you'll just see the rail at the bottom for it to slot into. Above the bed, again, we've got storage on both sides of that area for your belongings, and we've also got light switches that can be turned off just pressing the buttons. So above the bed, we've got the Hecky roof light. To open the Hecky, press the button in, pull the lever down, and then slot it into the desired place for ventilation. Just remember before you're travelling that you do latch it back in place so it is secure. This is also fitted with a blind, and pull it the other way, fly screen on that particular unit. There are a couple of plug sockets to this side and a mirror, a light switch which does the light above the mirror. The blinds pull down and then lift up, and that's the same throughout the vehicle, all the same. To open the windows, they've got little push buttons on. Just press that button in, see it just there, press it in and press it in, and then just gently release it out, and that will hold the window open for ventilation all the way up to come all the way back down. So just be careful if you're parking it near a wall, because you need to make sure there's enough room to open the window to then close it back again. So just to show you, I've fitted the table back in its location, just using a little turnbuckle to secure it. And on the other side, you will see that there was a little point here for the leg to sit in, and the tie downs in there. Both of the rear cupboards have got hanging rails for hanging your clothes. We have a curtain that divides off the back area, pulls across and screens, so you have a bit of privacy if you have others in the vehicle. And that just ties on, just using the little switch there. Above here, we've got the TV aerial. It's got a Wi-Fi system fitted, and as I previously mentioned, in the cupboard opposite, that is your solar panel booster. Plate racks and cup holders, a couple of main sockets here, and a microwave just above there. The cooker is a 3-burner gas hob. We've also got a grill and an oven, which we turn the grill, as it says, to this way and the oven the other way. Yeah. So igniter ignites it, and then 1, 2, 3 on the top of the unit there. Underneath, we've got some storage drawers. Make sure that you press the buttons in before you go away. And again, underneath that bottom one, we've got a bit of storage for you, just there. We've also got in the kitchen area a large cupboard just here, and does come with a chopping board just there, and a little utensil drawer where we've put all the little plugs in for the various plugs throughout the vehicle. Click that in place before you're travelling off again. Behind that, we've got the fridge and the freezer, and this one is a Dometic one. Dometic ones are very easy to use. So turn the power on, you'll see it lights up very bright. Yeah, so this allows us then to gain access to the freezer and to the fridge compartment. If you're wanting to select it on gas manually, then you'd do it as we're here. The battery option will only work when the engine's running. So it only takes power when its engine's running. It never works off the leisure battery. Or we have the mains power as we're hooked up today. One thing that you can always do as well is you can select the automatic, because so you can see at the minute it says gas. Press A and it's automatically switched over to electric. Yeah. Temperature, you want to reset from the lowest to the coldest temperature, just there. And you'll also see there's a reset button. We leave the stickers on. It tells you to reset it if you've got a gas fault. So if you've been trying on gas, your gas is not turned on, it will lock out. Give it 10 minutes, reset the button, and you will find 9 times out of 10 it will light. Turn it off, press and hold, and the light will go out. So nice, again, simple, easy use. We've got light switch for the bathroom, just located to the left hand side of the door. We've got the hot and cold taps clearly marked on the top of both the bathroom, the shower and the kitchen sinks. We've got an overhead storage compartment just up here, your shower curtain to stop the wood from getting wet. We've got the flush button on the toilet and the fill button when it's full. And remember, towards the beginning of the vehicle, I mentioned about having the valve in the right position, so I could pull it out when we did it earlier because it was closed. To close it, you use this little button here. So close this towards the front of the vehicle. When you want to use the toilet, just slide it back, and that will then open the blade valve. Once you're finished, close it, put the lid down, and then that will allow you to remove your items out of there. Underneath here, we've got a little bit of storage for your belongings as well. And you see the taps are in the open position. That's because we've drained it down and it's been cold recently. When you're coming to fill up the van, make sure that you put the taps back down again. And what we tell you to do first of all, once you've put cold water in, and you've shut the valve on the boiler, you want to turn the taps off, turn it to hot. So in this case, it's turning it to this side. Lift up the tap and put the pump on. What you'll do then is you'll pull the water through the boiler from the freshwater tank till you get a steady stream. Once you've got a steady stream of water, you've pulled all the air out of the system, you can then go to your control panel and decide what temperature you want it to be for your heating of your hot water. Do that on the kitchen tap. Also do it on your bathroom tap so there's no air locks in the system. TV bracket is located here. You can connect your aerial points to and your mains point 12 volt points to there. This model's got a drop down bed. To get the bed down, you'll need to press the button. To do it, you'll just need to take the weight off the bed and then press the button in. Bit hard to show you on the camera, but take the weight off, press the button in, and the bed will drop down. I'll just drop the bed now for you. There we go. So the bed itself, ladders just hook on. You've got little turnbuckles on here. If you put the turnbuckle up when you're on the bed and you press down on the bed, the ladder won't fall off. And we've got safety nets on both sides, should you be worried about people falling off. And you'll see there's a big picture window up there as well for you. You can leave your bedding on. What we do tell you is in the winter months, if you're not using it, just drop the bed down a little bit. Let the air circulate around the vehicle. When the bed is dropped down, there is a little light switch just on this wall here, which you just turn on and off, just using the little button. Cab wise, you've got the insulated silver screens on either side. Now these are just press studded on. There's 4 points to press stud it on, and then the front window comes with the Remis cab blind. Yeah. The doors, to put them on, you'll just need to have them slightly open to do that. The seats will swivel round using the adjusters, and then you've got the little height adjusters just on either side. Slide it back round into the driving position. To release these little front ones, you just pinch them together, just like so. The camera is located on the mirror mounted camera just above there. We've got the manual gearbox, we've got the air conditioning, radio. We're also fitted with the phone or tablet holder just there. It's a 6-speed gearbox. We've got cruise control and speed limiter, indicators and lights, and your wipers on that side. We've got your passenger airbag, a vented cupboard here, so when your aircon's on, that'll either cool or heat that area, and another compartment underneath, as well as the cup holders below. To swivel the seats around, you'll need to just pull that little lever here, just towards, and that will then allow you to swivel the seats back around when you're using it. When exiting the vehicle, after your use, all you need to do is press the button there. That will turn off the majority of the lights. The welcome lights will go off just using the buttons just here when you leave the vehicle. But I hope you'll find the video informative, helpful, and we look forward to any of your comments about it. Thank you.